Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that's Connor, and we're going to talk about Scream Queens Season 2, Episode 9. It's called Lovin' the D. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. Lovin' the D, Connor. What a name.
For first maybe half of the episode, I was thinking, I'm not really loving this D. But by the end, yeah.
Well, this is actually the penultimate episode. As far as we can tell, next week is the finale.
Yeah, and potentially of the show, because from what I'm seeing, renewal is not looking great.
Give us a season 3. Give us a trilogy of seasons. Come on, Fox.
What we need
nice.
is just one set in heaven/hell where they're all dead and we can have Chad back.
Yeah, that'd be the best thing possible. We open with the three Chanels who have been asked to work late by Hoffel, and we get that great sequence of them all running away from all three Green Meanies, and they're all running through each direction, going through the middle sort of reception area.
It's very Scooby-Doo.
Very Scooby-Doo, which is great. There's nothing I want more from this show than mixing the Chanels with Scooby-Doo. Highlight, though, might have been Cassidy's saving of Chanel number 3 and her slow-motion wink. Just kind of.
Oh, that was great. That cracked me up.
The majority of the episode, though, is about this Loving the D TV show. It's daytime TV. It's a doctor called Dr. Lovin, and the Chanels are gaga for her. They love her. And she comes to the hospital and is like, right, I want to put Dr. Holt and the Chanels assisting them doing a live surgery. We've got this guy with this ridiculous sized tumour on his face. You're going to perform the surgery live on TV. And this is right after the Chanels have been sort of grilled from this inspector from the health board. What is that? That wasn't the exact title, but more or less. And he, about taking the MCATs and actually being proper trained doctors or trained nurses and getting the proper qualifications, and they're dead set.
Not even that, just being eligible to be students.
Yeah, they're not even eligible to be medical students yet. Which, again, bringing logic into it. We're not allowed to bring logic into this.
No, and they barely do.
Yeah, but of course, once they're told that they have to be proper medical students to get this chance to be on live TV, Chanel's eagerness to take the MCATs, and all three of them quickly saying, yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Chanel number 5, I'll take it today. The DMV,
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm usually not that keen on Chanel number 5 in comparison. But she got me by far and away the biggest laugh in this episode.
Was this later on when we got the test results back?
It was.
Yeah, so Joey's Genius, actually, this episode does a lot of setting up for this twist. Or not twist, call it a twist feels a bit much, but this reveal where it sets up the idea that Chanel has these earbuds, these wireless little earphones that she can put in her ears. It also sets up the idea that Chanel number 5 might actually be learning something at the hospital, because there's that one scene with Dean Munch where she gives the symptoms of a cardiac arrest or whatever. She says it word for word what it actually is, and Munch is all impressed. So later on, they all pass. The exam. What's the word for it?
MCAT.
No. The exam. The person who supervises them. What's the word for it?
Examiner?
No. Is there no word for? Oh God. The people. God damn it! There's a specific word for it. It's not examiner.
Invigilator.
Invigilator. Thank you.
There we
Was
go.
that so hard?
It was a little bit. You weren't giving me much to go on, to be honest. The guy who's just there,
Well, that's what they do. They come in and they supervise and make sure you're not cheating.
I mean, I agree. You're right, but man, that was vague.
Anyway, yeah. So the invigilator comes, and which, by the way, is weird in and of itself. But I guess maybe I'll accept that the medical board's fast tracking this because they want this TV opportunity.
Yeah, those producers are just rushing it through.
Yeah, but typically the invigilator's not the one who comes and tells you your results. But again, I'm bringing logic into the show. I shouldn't be. No logic.
Stop it. Yeah.
No logic. But we find out that Brock and Cassidy were secretly taking the test for Chanel and Chanel number 3 through an earpiece after we find out they all passed. And not only did they all pass, Chanel number 5 got the best score. She was 3 points off a perfect score.
Yeah, which is phenomenally good.
And she just started realising that no one helped her and started screwing her head off, and she passed legitimately. She actually passed the test, which is silly in and of itself, but you know what? This is way funnier than any
Do you know what?
realism.
The moment that actually killed me though,
Yeah.
because I had to stop it and just laugh and recover and learn how to breathe again, was when she is sobbing, going, "I'm a genius and no one cares."
That's a good line.
Oh my god, I was dying.
There was a lot of good, even when she wasn't around, there was like a couple of Chanel number 5 jokes. There was one with the Green Meanie meeting, which we'll get to in a little bit because that's what we're talking about, where like Wes offers, "Oh, you can have everyone as long as I can kill Chanel." He's like, "I don't want Chanel number 5. Who cares about her?" And then later on, the Dr. Lovin, it's like, "Oh, you guys will do great in camera. I'm not so sure about Chanel number 5, but you'll do great." There was
You've got it, but
yeah,
I'm not sure about
it
her.
was just peppered throughout, and there was a lot of that, and it was really cracking me up quite a bit. Chanel number 5, I think, has been great all season. She's been.
Again, she's still not my favorite, but this episode, oh man,
Yeah.
it's just so good.
But nah, a lot of good stuff. Chanel number 1 had some great lines this episode as well, with her opposite reactions to things. She'll take things as a compliment that's not meant to be a compliment, and stuff like that. She does that quite a bit. But yeah, so that's kind of the main plot. But then, of course, because it's Scream Queens, instead of cancelling the live broadcast, they go on air anyway with the Chanels.
Yeah.
and
This is
Brock.
after she's poisoned.
This is after the Doctor's poison, which comes from the Green Meanie plot. Wes has planted poison for him. We'll get to why that is. When we talk about
Also,
them.
off completely like sidetracking this a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd completely forgotten that he was Hester's dad.
Honestly, so did I.
It's just it just never mentioned until now. It's like, oh yeah, that was a thing.
Because it was a plot point that came up very late in season 1. It was when like all the unraveling of secrets was happening in season 1.
Yeah.
But so they go on air, and Chanel keeps taking off her surgical mask and rewording things for the camera for daytime TV speak, like that. Because Brock's trying to say the proper medical words and procedure, and he's describing what he's doing, and she's like, "No, we're changing our life here today." And
Yeah, I love the way she made the big deal out of carrying a scalpel.
yeah, and it keeps cutting to the producer, and he's like, "My God, she's got it. She's got it."
Like I said, the first half of this episode, I don't think it was necessarily that great. I think it was fine, don't get me wrong. There was nothing bad about it, but I wasn't laughing that much. But then it was all set up for the second half, where it all paid off so much.
Or even Chanel number 1 has that Wayne's World moment where she sees Dr. Lovin coming into the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dreamweaver, I think. And not only does she have that, which is funny in and of itself, that she's having this, Wayne's World love interest, slow motion music playing moment. She then starts going in slow motion herself to smile back at her, which is just perfect.
Yeah.
But let's just jump over to the Green Meanie side of things. So at the start, I wasn't Cassidy taking Chanel number 5 to his mum. What wasn't don't get me wrong. I think it's wonderfully ridiculous that Cassidy's mum has a 30-foot pit under her bed that has a pool of green liquid and a rack to hang someone on.
Yeah.
Wonderfully over the top and absurd. So Zadie is just trapped down there. She's not doing anything
they were
else.
like, hang on, she lives with us?
Yeah, at the end, wait, Zadie's missing? Someone should look for her. No one's noticed. No one's even noticed that Chamberlain's missing either. No one's mentioned that. The only person who mentions it the entire episode is Wes when he's talking
Saying
about
they killed him.
Yeah, they killed him. No one else is giving a crap about him.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll be honest though, I kind of forgot as well.
To be fair, Zadie and Chamberlain did get a lot of the last episode to themselves. They took quite a big chunk of screen time. And we got a lot less Chanels last week, whereas this week there was tons of Chanel. It was...
And let's be honest, this show is so much better with Chanel's.
Oh yeah, Chanel's in my face is exactly what I want. So many... I mean, it's funny thing is they rattle off so many jokes, and there's so many great comebacks from the Chanels that I can never remember them all when we're talking about it. There's too many. It's impossible. It's why rewatching this show is so easy, because there's so many little jokes that you might miss, or they get swept in. By the way, when Dr. Lovin gets poisoned, I actually really liked that the camera was constantly spinning around the reception area. Like, it made it feel proper hectic.
Yeah, it did.
Even though the actual gag about them swapping the cups is very obvious. In fact, we just seen it in another show recently
Yeah.
with, a poison in a cup. But because I actually just started laughing when Lovin came in holding a cup that was identical. And, I see where this is going.
Yeah, but you know it's going to be played for a comedy beat, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. The Green Meanie meeting I actually really enjoyed. Hester treating it like a game show. Like, let's play who killed who.
Yeah, and I like that they just cleared it all. I thought it was a better way in season 1 of just clarifying who was who.
Do you know, I didn't even think they needed to, but if they were going to do it, this was a good way of doing it. This was a fun way of doing it.
Yeah, just have it all. Let's just get it all out and let's have it as a game show, essentially. Whereas in season 1, it was kind of like they actually treated it like a mystery, like we cared.
Yeah. Also, what nice little joke with Wes is that he tells Hester to stop calling him Dad, because it makes him uncomfortable. It's embarrassing, I believe, is the exact word he uses. But then when she sides that Hoffel should get to kill Chanel, he stands up and goes, "Is that any way to treat your father?" It's a simple little joke, but it flips it. But it's
good, yeah.
No. But I like that. I mean, that was a fun way of doing it. And then the game of who gets to kill who, and the constant Cassidy jokes of, I'll take care of her. I'll kill her hard. I swear.
Yeah.
I'll kill her pure bad.
Yeah, it was good.
If I have any complaints, actually, it is maybe a little bit weird that he has that weird breakup with her and then helps her pass the test. It's kind of weird that happened in that order.
It is, but I'm going to answer that with one word. Logic. But no, seriously, sure. that is weird. And I guess the point is it just doesn't matter. Like, who cares?
It doesn't, but I'll point it out. It was a thing. But no, lots of Munch, and of course at the end, everyone finds out that Munch is sick and has terminal illness. I was going to say terminal cancer, but it's not cancer. It's some, I think, made up disease. But like a lot of things, it doesn't matter. It's not the point.
Yeah, it's.
But also, I love that the inspector guy who's like checking everything in the hospital, the one last thing he has to do before leaving is checking the pH of the baths, and it's just because that's the one thing you need to check still. Which of course, Green Meanies 1 and 2 kill Green Meanie 3. Wes is dead. He's been melted alive in frying oil, boiling frying oil.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he realised they were going to do it, so he just said, I'll just fall in myself, it's fine. He put on his best Dracula sort of pose,
Yeah, you could see him going up the stairs, backing away, and he just looks around and goes, crap.
But
fine, if this is it.
But I've only one episode left, we need to whittle down the killers a bit, so, down to 2.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, and he is the least interesting.
Yeah, it was nice to see him back again, and just to have some of that season 1 connectivity, but
it kind of reminds me of how little I care about Grace, and how much I don't care that she's not here.
Yeah, but that's funny though, because it's a running joke. That
he
keeps talking about his daughter being in a mental asylum and no one cares.
See, it's funny when he mentions it, but when it's not, when he isn't mentioning it and he's just there, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, you're Grace's dad, and you remember it, and it's like, that then it's not funny, I don't think.
Okay, I'm not having that problem. Cause Grace never bothered me. She was fine. Like she wasn't the reason why I liked the show. I was just kind of
fair enough.
She was the straight man. There was nothing to dislike about her. It was just she was what she was, really. But this was a really fun episode. Chanel's were firing, and every cylinder this week.
They really were.
And of course, Dr. Holt wanting to secretly kill Chanel, regardless of his hand. Maybe he wanted it all along. And Hester's attracted to him.
I like that he
now.
went to Hester for advice, though.
Also, I like that Hester didn't seem to give a crap about him until, he might be into killing people. Oh, hand on the leg.
Oh, no. I like that she was just sat there with a dead body as well.
Was it dead? I thought.
Well, like I think it moved after, but she was like pretending it was dead or whatever. She didn't care.
Right.
It's like it might as well have been dead.
Yeah, I thought the woman was alive, and that's what made the sex even funnier. Is that they were having sex at the bottom of her bed, and she
for
was
all
lying.
intents and purposes, she didn't care. She was dead.
Yeah. I just remembered when they're doing the surgery at the end and they take off the tumour. They like, I'm no doctor, right? I'm no surgeon, but I'm fairly certain that if you're going to do like chin surgery of some kind, you don't just peel back the entire face like that, revealing the skull.
Why not? Have some fun with it while you're at it.
And then Chanel number 3, when she gets the that's a whole lot of tumour, America.
Oh man, I hope season 3, if we get it. I mean, I know earlier I said they should do like a detective thing, you know, and them actively chase the serial killer.
Them being on TV would be amazing. See if it was revolving in a TV studio where they had a show every day, and we got like a kind of weird, demented Scream Queens version of Newsroom, where it's the Chanels on TV.
Yeah, and
things.
they have, you know how like here for the first like half of the season we had different cases coming into the hospital,
It'd be different guests.
different guests on the TV show.
Yeah, it'd be like a variety show where they do all sorts of random crap, just so we could have whatever we wanted to have.
Yeah, I kind of love the idea of that.
That'd be good. See, it feels like they might be setting up the possibility for this as a season 3 thing. I mean, how they're going to shoehorn Munch into it, and you know whoever else.
They'll find a way, assuming she's not dead.
Assuming. And Chanel number 5 is a genius, and no one cares.
Oh my god! I literally just had to stop and breathe. It was so funny.
So that's this week's Scream Queens. We'll see you next week for the finale. Let us know what you thought of this episode. If you had a good time, like and subscribe and all that stuff. And also look out for all of our best of the year videos that are going up. We have our best new shows video already up, but we also have best shows, best episodes, and worst new shows of the year still to go up over this week or so. So keep a lookout for them. And also the movies stuff and the horror movies that we do from the other shows. So thanks very much, guys. We will see you next time.